Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to do a build on the 1988 Dodge Shelby Daytona, the Z, Daytona Z or Shelby Z, whichever it was. This is the old MPC kit, number MPC 1009. This kit was released 4 of 2025. Has 154 parts. And as always, I'll get everything set out on the bench here and come right back to you. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'll see you in just a quick second. Alrighty, so as promised, here's everything laid out on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting everything from the sprues, getting them all separated into their respective components. Only thing left in the box are the decals and the instructions. And once again, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so far everything's coming along nicely on the build here. I have the body and the floorboards and that painted in a star-spangled blue. I don't know if you can focus on that. There you go. That is the color that is closest to the one that my uncle had. And here's the interior in a gloss gray. Motor and things, chassis little bits are in black, and over in the booth I have one more coating of silver metallic to do on those parts there. Other than that, it's coming along nicely. I have given a little extra time for the paint to cure out. This particular brand of Testors Extreme Lacquer, I picked it up at a Hobby Lobby, and it stays tacky for a while, so I just wanted to give it a couple days to dry. Alrighty folks, be right back. Okay guys, so first kind of issue I've run into is this is an MPC kit and the instructions are very vague. Okay, for example, we have I'm building the 4-cylinder turbo engine without the intercooler. Okay, this all went together fairly well. I did not put this air pump on yet because I wanted to have an exact location for it, because this end of it right here, the bottom end, attaches to this part of the throttle body. Okay, however, if you look at this picture, it appears that the exhaust mounts above the intake manifold, and that's totally incorrect. Okay, the intake manifold, I don't know if you can see it real good here, is just below the valve cover right there in chrome. That goes on the top holes, and then the exhaust goes on the lower holes that are on the block already. So once you finally figure that out, the rest of it will fit together, hopefully. So that's where I'm at right now. Everything else is starting to come together. I've got the interior basically done. A little bit of the bottom being put together while I was working on the engine. There's the body. So it'll be together here in just a few minutes. Wheels and tires are done. They come out nice looking. Alrighty, be right back. Alright guys, just a quick one last heads up here before I give the final review. The glass, it says here, note window units to be located through the underside of the body. So generally that means, just like most model car kits, you put the glass in from underneath. Okay, now these two pieces, the two side glasses, they don't show the picture of this one, but they were all attached to this piece, so that worked out great. I just put it all in at one piece, and I taped the sides down and put some glue on there, and then when that dried, I peeled the tape off and everything went good. But this, the windshield, it just wouldn't fit right. It was a little finicky. So what I found out after looking at it for a few minutes, the bottom of the windshield has the windshield wipers molded into it. So what you have to do when installing this, and they don't mention it in here, is you put the glass in from underneath just like normal, But you take this little section, probably an 1/8 inch of the glass, and stick that out over the cowl, okay, and then push the back part up to your roof, glue it down, and make sure the cowl is on the outside of the body. It rests on the, the windshield is on the cowl, on the outside of the body. And once that goes in, then when you get to this step, everything folds it or closes it nicely. I was having trouble getting the interior bucket to sit high enough into the body so that the frame would sit flush. Yeah, I was having trouble with it I adjusted the dashboard a little, and that seemed to help a little bit. And it's like, man, there's still something stuck up in there bothering me. And it was the lip of the windshield was sticking into the interior of the car. And it was actually putting pressure right here on the front of the dashboard, and that interfered with it to the point where I had to take it all apart again, pop the glue out of the windshield and take it out, clean it all up, and reinstall it, and figured out that it goes over the outside. So I hope that helps you guys when it comes to building this one. All I have left to do now on my kit is to put the front end on, put the hood on, and reinstall the radiator hose because I snapped it off trying to fuss with this thing earlier. So that'll be just a few minutes, and we'll take it from there. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be right back. So there it is, folks, 1988 Dodge Daytona. It's the Shelby kit. I built it as just a Daytona. This is a tribute to my Uncle Joe, who had a car just like this before he passed. He was in his 80s, and he went out and had this thing driving around town, tearing up the roads. A lot of great memories. So there it is. This kit, it was a good build. The paint, you can see there's a little flaw right there on the front fascia. I forgot to put down primer on this one, guys. I was so excited to paint this kit that I neglected to put primer on the body and started shooting it, and I only had a limited amount of the actual blue to go on there, so I went with it. And as you can see, I had some issues pop up on it, and I was one coat short on the hood. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it's one shade lighter than the rest of the body. So it happens, but no big deal. I'll put it up in the shelf somewhere, mid-back. Oddly enough, one of the easiest things to put on was the red striping decals. Now they're still drying. I've got a little spot of something right there. That's just a fuzzy. They're still drying, and once they dry, I will trim the little pieces that go around the wheel openings and that as they stick out a little too far. But it came out nice. I'm happy with it. I don't know how easy it'll be to get the hood off. There's the engine, the final result on that. Came out decent, and everything else is cool. The interior is pretty cool. The glass came out perfect once I figured out how to put it in properly. I even have the little, I don't know if you can see it there, there's a little rear view mirror in there somewhere. So alrighty, folks, I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by. As always, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and help me keep this channel going. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you on the next one. Model Car Guy Rich out. Keep on modeling.